Into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, we are so excited to have Pauly from Siesta Key on today. So thanks for coming on The Gay and the Girl.
No problem. No problem. Glad to be
I'm
here.
Kirby. I'm the girl.
And I'm gay. Oh, no, I'm Matt, the gay, obviously.
Okay.
So how are you doing in the quarantine? What have you been up to?
I tried to stay in shape, like running a lot, just because I've been eating so much like junk food and stuff, like not being able to go anywhere, just watching movies and FaceTiming friends, playing a lot of video games. I'm a gamer, so.
Nice. Have you been in Florida?
I have for most of the time. I did at one point go get tested for Corona, and I was clear, and then I went and I drove to North Carolina to see my grandmother for her 90th birthday. So.
Oh, nice. Are the beaches still open? Or I know Florida, it's a hot spot now. Is everyone kind of, taking it seriously now?
Yeah, the beaches, they closed for a while, but they're all open now. And when they weren't, we have private beaches out in front of Alex's house. So I was at the beach a lot. So
that's nice.
That's awesome.
You look tan.
Yeah, I got my tan on for sure.
And you're looking very fit, Pauly.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Are you a keto Guido now? But not a Guido, but
I kind of took a break off the keto just because of the whole quarantine thing, and it's just if I can't I wanted to hit the gym. Now a lot of the gyms are back open and stuff, so I might get back on the keto. But I'm at a place right now where I don't need to lose very much body fat. I just need to gain some muscle and kind of tone up a little bit. So that's where I'm at with the keto. The keto works though if you can really stick to it.
Nice.
Have you been working out a lot?
Not recently. I was going on runs and stuff, but I do plan to get in there now because my gym where I live here just opened back up. So.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you want to hit up Garrett for some one-on-one.
Well, it's just not. He's just it's too much. I think I might pass out on the football. He's out there doing crunches and running spirals and stuff. It's just it's a different level. I'm not ready for that yet.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the show a little bit. So how did the show start?
The show started. We did the Deep. The Divas show on E, which is the WWE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We did their season finale at Alex's house. We had John Cena, all the the stars there, and from there, we kind of we were talking to producers, and they were asking basically what do you guys do here? And Gary was like, well, my son's a socialite in this town, and he dates hot women, and he has a good time, really popular, and they wanted to know more, so they kind of put us in touch with some other producers, and from there it was a long process. It took 2 years once the pilot was shot. We were shooting it out to all the networks that E and MTV and VH1. At the time, MTV was trying to get over the stink of Jersey Shore. I guess Jersey Shore just ended at that time.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do any more reality stuff. They were taking a break from it. And we kind of jump-started their whole reality movement back again. Siesta Key was the first reality show that they brought back when it comes to doing reality television again. So
awesome.
So it was more not MTV. I know it's produced by the same guy that did The Hills. So it wasn't him coming to you. You guys were kind of pushing it to all the networks, and MTV you partnered with the guy?
Well, we had this, we found a couple of producers that they came out, and Gary paid for the pilot. We got it shot. And when it comes to the producers of The Hills, MTV, it's all under the same umbrella, Entertainment One.
Got it.
It's under Viacom, which is with MTV and VH1 and BET. They're all under the same umbrella. So it's kind of like a big family, but everybody's just doing different things. So Entertainment One ended up producing the show. And from there, we finally got MTV to pick it up. I think VH1 wanted it at first, and then MTV grabbed it from them. So. Well,
we're so happy it worked because we're huge fans. Did you guys think it would blow up as much as it did?
We always hoped that it would. We were really optimistic about it. And I think we were just happy to get it picked up and see where we could go from there. But I don't think there was any expectations. It was just hopefully this does well. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us how much of the drama is real and how much is kind of, with the producers?
Especially like season 1 to now, I feel like it's so different, but obviously still a fan.
yeah, I think that from season 1, I don't want to get into too much of, like the kind of, I'd say, movie magic or whatever,
Yeah.
but I'll just say that it was a lot, I think it was a lot realer in season 1, season 2. And then I think that they saw something that they had there that was just so good, and they wanted to continue to build on it and add. But I think sometimes when you do that, you start to dilute it, So,
Yeah.
that's kind of, the gist of that.
And what the hell is wrong with MTV? Where did all of your airtime go this season? We're pissed.
Well, actually, me and Alex were released from the show.
Oh, you were too? We thought it was just him.
No, yeah, we were both released from the show. We're family, so there was his storyline. I was always a big part of that.
Yeah.
And honestly, if he's gonna go, I'm gonna go too, because I came into this with him, and that's just how I wish him the best, but
Yeah. Do you think it can last without you two? I feel like you guys like make the best storylines.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I think we gave them a lot of good entertainment, and
Yeah. Will you continue to watch?
I don't watch anymore. Alex didn't even watch when we were on the show. Alex
Really?
wouldn't watch. He would call me at the end of the night and ask what happened. He's like, "Give me the gist."
So you wouldn't have like viewing parties all together?
We did in season 1 and
Yeah.
some of season 2, which was so fun. Like,
Yeah, it's so exciting to see yourself on TV, right?
yeah, it was so fun. Like when my scenes would come on, everybody that we invited over would clap and cheer and stuff because it was funny stuff, and it was a really good time. And they say nothing awesome, I guess, lasts forever. So I mean, I didn't I wasn't counting on it to keep going and going and going, but I do kind of regret that the way that on the terms that we left it on, just because how much work we put in. We put in years of our lives to get this on. So
Were you guys kind of shocked when they made that decision, or did you see it coming at all?
I wasn't shocked because I know the type of people we're dealing with, and I know the type of company we're dealing with. So I wasn't totally shocked, but at the same time, I was a little how did I say this? I was disappointed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
What was your favorite part of being on the show?
One of my favorite parts of being on the show was just like all the in the beginning of season 1, like when they took us to Bimini and stuff, like that was awesome. I've been on plenty of vacations, but that was awesome. We all went as a group and took the ferry from the port of Miami to Bimini, and when we got there, they had a house for us, a beautiful house on the water. They had a beautiful food set up and drinks, and it was really awesome. It was an awesome time. We were riding around on golf carts, and I think that's when the cast was as close. Usually it would take years, to you say, oh, we're really close now. I think we were a stronger, tight-knit team in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say now
Season 1 is the best, for sure.
I agree with that. I have to agree. Yep.
So is Siesta Key as small as it seems? Like I feel like everyone hooks up with like the same 10 people. Like, is that?
It's not like that. Like, there's plenty of there's so many tourists that come here and like vacationers. So there's always somebody new you can meet. I think the show just concentrates on a certain group.
Yeah.
That were all Alex's friend group.
Yeah.
Alex had relations with these people in one way or another, whether it's friendship, whether he was dating Madison when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I took them to their first concert before they could drive. I drove them. We went and saw Mac Miller, my first rap concert.
R.I.P. to a real one.
R.I.P. to Mac Miller. We went and saw him at Janice Live. Me and Brandon would go on years later to perform on that same stage. So
yeah.
I do appreciate the opportunities that became available because of MTV picking up the show.
Yeah.
I appreciate like all the times that they brought me to New York, more than a lot of people. They brought me to New York, and those were some good times. Like they brought me to the VMAs. That was awesome. That was an awesome time. I had a good time.
So you're saying your experience on the show was positive?
For the most part. For the
Yeah.
most part, you know, it was a little stressful, just because when you're the funny guy, just making sure you come with fresh material and
Yeah.
just always, you know, you always have to be that one to kind of make an indent on whatever scene you're doing. So it was a little stressful. I'm definitely a lot less stressed, you know, now that I'm not on it. But
Yeah.
sometimes you feed off the stress, and you know,
For sure.
and that makes you more successful in whatever you're doing. So
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do you get recognized?
All the time, yeah. Every day.
Yes.
If I go out, I'm always taking pictures and stuff like that, which is nice, you know.
How are your fan interactions? Are you willing to take the
They're
picture?
always positive. They're always positive. You know, I see some of the hate on online. I've never ever experienced that in person, and I've been dealing with this for years now. So there's nobody that's ever like come up to me and been rude or anything or anything.
That's great.
Like that. Yeah.
I saw Justin Bieber today and he wouldn't take a picture. Pretty upsetting. Yeah, he was at lunch with Chance the Rapper and Haley. I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
He didn't want to take a picture?
No, he's no Pauly, so what can I say?
It's like always take the picture, I think. I mean, there's situations, but
it's okay.
you can.
So do you still hang out with anyone then from the cast, like other than Alex, your family, like any of the other peeps?
Well, here recently, because of quarantine, I haven't really seen any of them, but the only one that I can say that I really hung out with was Brandon Gomes.
Yeah.
We hung out. We would we'd work in the studio and stuff like that. But I think it comes to a point that in life where, you know, you just get so busy and you go separate ways and everybody starts doing their thing. But I hang out with Alex all the time. We just had a birthday dinner, and it was awesome. You know, we were at a hibachi restaurant, all drinking sake and having a good time. So I see Alex. I talk to Alex on the regular, and to me, that's the only relationship that I'm concerned about. You know, not concerned about, but that I'm interested in making sure it stays, you know, the way it was before this show.
Yeah.
You know,
that's good.
How is Alex? I know we just had a baby. How's the baby?
It's good. The baby Alessi is awesome. She's great.
I love that name too.
I do too. It's almost like a mix between Alex and Alyssa. So it's like Alessi. I don't know. So, yeah.
Were you a fan of Alyssa before they got pregnant? Like, because I know you weren't a fan of Juliet and you didn't think she was right for Alex. Like, did you think Alyssa was right for Alex before baby stuff?
Funny story is we were at a party, and this is when I think we were in season 2, and we were at a party, and I saw Alyssa there, and Alyssa was living in Tallahassee at the time, and she just came into town, and I invited her back over here to my apartment after, and we sat out on my balcony, and we had some drinks, and I told her, I was like, God, I wish you would come on the show and like take on Juliet. And she was like, "Oh no, I couldn't do that." I was like, "You would be awesome." I was like, "You'd have more followers on Instagram than I do." And she's like, "You think?" And I was like, "I know so." And she was like, "Well, you know, I really like Alex. I think I just like him as a friend, though." And so it wasn't something that she was trying to dive into or like, you know, do it for the fame. You know, I think that connection was always there with them because they've known each other since they were, you know, younger.
Yeah.
And I just think that she let it happen naturally, which is always the good way to do it, you know?
That is good.
Yeah.
So do they live at Alex's parents' house then?
No, they have their own house.
Oh, okay.
Nice little house. It's no mansion, but I think they're looking for a house to like a bigger house to buy right now.
Are they in Siesta Key?
It's right off of the Key. It's right now they're like they're like I'd say maybe 5 or 10 minutes from Alex's house. Yeah, so they're not far at all.
Nice.
They needed their own space, you know. They needed their own space and like grow together and you know take care of the baby and have their own responsibilities and
for sure
depend on the help and stuff to raise the baby.
So how did you find out they were having a baby and what was your like first reaction?
Well, I found out that they were having a baby, believe it or not, I was sleeping and Juliet called me at 4 a.m. in the morning crying and screaming her life was over. And I was like, I jumped out of bed and I was like, what's going on? Somebody died? She was like, Alex and Alyssa are having a baby. And I was like, what? I was like, how did you figure this out? Or how did you find this out? She was, and I guess, they hadn't let anybody know yet. And she found it out. So that's how I found it out, unfortunately, from a crying and screaming Juliet.
That's kind of hilarious, though. So she was like, obviously, she was fully spiraling that night when she found out. And she claims that, or at least she wants to think that Alyssa planned it. Do you think that?
I don't think, I can't read Alyssa's mind, but that's a big thing to plan, If
Yeah.
she's a mastermind. So, I mean, Juliet and Alex weren't together at the time, and Juliet was still, distraught and crying and carrying on, which is Juliet. If Juliet doesn't get her way, she pouts and she cries like a little kid. That's what she does. So.
She does, but it makes for good television.
So is Alex still on daddy duty, or can he have his pool parties?
Yeah.
I know it's quarantine, but
I think he can have just like small get-togethers, but Alyssa doesn't want to take any chances about the baby catching coronavirus or anything. So
yeah,
really careful. He keeps his groups real small and just people that have been tested and stuff. So he just doesn't want to take a chance, which you can't blame him for.
Totally understand. Yeah.
What was like the craziest thing that ever happened at one of his iconic pool parties?
Well, the fight with Jared was pretty crazy.
That was wild.
Rich Homie Quan showing up and performing, that was awesome as well. You gotta understand, we've been doing these big parties way before the show even started. I've been performing at the parties for years and years, and we've been just having a good time and doing the same thing. So there's been so many crazy moments. There's been so many good times. But you guys just happen to get to see that because of the show. So, which is awesome. Yeah.
All right. So let's get to Juliet's new man, Sam. So it sounds like you and Alex were like decently friends with him before they started dating. Did you like him?
We were all really good, close friends. Probably all best friends and stuff. Yeah.
Are either of you still cool with him now?
I can't say that it's the same now, just because it's too much that's going on. I wish him the best. Hopefully maybe one day things the wounds can be mended, but I think that there's a little bit of resentment on both sides. Just, there's things that have happened on both sides, and
for sure.
Yeah.
This is just like my opinion, but like, what is up with his look? Because I feel like he has such a weird haircut and like a weird vibe that like I just can't comprehend. Like, what is up with it?
Yeah, he's kind of like the guy that just jumps out of the bed in the morning, swishes his hair around. It's like, I'm ready to go. Like, I don't think he cares. And with all that money, I don't know if I'd care either. Well, I would care. I care. My hair is, is always the first thing I check in the morning. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this hair.
I don't like that look. It's not for me.
She's not a fan.
Money's great, but he's a weird vibe. Like, I don't know him though. So
what did you think of Robbie on the show?
Speaking of weird vibes.
Well, Robbie, he was another one that we were all really good friends with before any shows. Before Robbie became number 2 on The Bachelorette.
He grew up in Siesta Key.
He didn't. He grew up in Jacksonville, but he had friends that he went to school with, so he moved over to this area, and he became really good friends with it. I went to Las Vegas with Robbie one time before the show even started. We were really good friends. He's one person that I'll go out and say that I don't like anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's a snake in the grass. He's just a guy that if you're sleeping next to him, I'd sleep with one eye open, just because you never know. He's just not a trustworthy person.
Is it that he's opportunistic, or what is it? Do you have any more?
He's totally opportunistic. He's like, I'll put it like this. We were all great friends. We were in a group chat for years and years and years. And when we found out that he was on The Bachelorette, it had already been shot. And then he told us, because he just went missing in the group chat. And then we kind of got word of what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I think that, we were all happy for him. There was no talk of Siesta Key. There was no talk of that. We weren't big stars or anything. And we were just happy for him. We were like, that's great. We never tried to come on his show or take any of his spotlight. The second that he thought that he could come onto our show after all his spotlight was gone and shade, he did that. He came on there and he threw friendships away to do these storylines and stuff. And he's just kind of pathetic to me.
Does anyone's?
I agree.
I've told him that personally to his face before, you know.
Well, it's just like kind of embarrassing. Like he's like, I mean, he looks like he could be 40, but I guess he's mid-30s. But he's like at this party with like,
yeah,
all you guys are so much younger. It's just like it's weird. He's like
a
shady.
hard 30. Needs to moisturize.
Yeah.
Do you know if anyone still keeps up with Rabe?
With Robbie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Sam talks to him.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Sam's kind of that laid back, you know, cool type of like, you know, I don't care, like it is what it is type of thing. But I'm not sure if anybody. I know I have some friends that still talk to him, but he's just the type. And I really liked his brothers and stuff. His brothers are real good guys, and I thought Robbie was a good guy. Like I said, I had a great time with him in Las Vegas, you know. But when he sees that he can get something out of you, or you know whatever you're doing, that's when, you know. So you kind of see his true colors. So that's deal with him.
So do you think any part of his relationship with Juliet was real, or like did she think it was?
I think it was real in the fact that they were hooking up, but I think that she was always disgusted by him, and she was just trying to, you know, carry on and have somebody for the show.
Yeah.
MTV was pushing it, so but yeah, I think that she didn't want to be with him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gross.
What did you think of Madison dating the producer?
Yeah, what the hell is up with Ish?
So Ish is just that producer that he was my favorite producer on the show.
Really?
He was just always the guy that you could get a straight answer out of, you know, and I could tell that he had a crush on Madison. At first it didn't dawn on me, but I remember we were like standing around the corner when I think at the Halloween party when Brandon and Madison were having their moment where they walk out and there's like an argument, and he was making some comments while they're filming this, and me and him were just sitting there. I'm sitting there like smoking some weed or something, and I'm just like watching this next to him. And the comments he was making, it started to dawn on me that he really liked this girl a lot.
Yeah.
I remember I was in New York with Madison at a dinner one night. It was me, Canvas, and Madison, and we were all just talking, having a good time. And you can actually, if you go on my Instagram story where you save all the memories and stuff, if you go on there, you actually have a video of this on there. But we're having this talk, and they had crayons. It was one of those things where they put over the tables and you can like draw on there. So yeah. She was drawing like ISH with a heart around it. And this was before, and I looked down, I was like, Madison, like we're all like drinking here. I was like, and she was like, yeah. So she wasn't gonna hide it anymore. Like they both like liked each other, and I'm all for that, you know.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with Madison, and I've always liked Ish. So I wish them the best of luck, and I hope that I hope it works out for them.
That's great.
So he was never like a creeper. He was like cool.
I mean, well, sometimes, you know, if I guess you're older than a person, it can look like you're creeping, but if it's a mutual connection, then at that point to me, like, it's no longer creeping. It's like, it's real, you know. People, you know,
yeah,
they make connections with each other and at all different ages, but somebody like Robbie, like that's just like a dusty, dirty, like used up, like, ugh.
I can't stand that man. Like the comb over the veneers, it's just not a mood at all.
Yeah, if you go back and watch like him on The Bachelorette, like he was that guy that like stayed quiet the whole time and played like the snake position, like slithering around, like letting all the other guys get like eliminated. And then when he finally saw his chance, he struck and he started coming at JoJo, which was the girl, with all this crazy stuff. Like she was like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what's it going to be like if we get together and I choose you? He was like, well, I can see us coming in from a long day. The meatloaf is coming out of the oven. And that's when I was like, oh man, like this is
weird.
Yeah, it's bad. It was bad.
You know what's actually funny? We didn't ask him about it, but we had another episode 2 nights ago with Chad from that season, if you know who that guy is.
One of my favorites on there. He's
iconic. Yeah. So we had him 2 nights ago, and we didn't ask him about Robbie. We should have though, but he spilled a lot of tea.
I'm sure he knows all about Robbie. I'm sure he knows Robbie very well. And I watched that, you know, I usually don't watch different reality shows, but I'll tell you, I watched The Bachelorette. and Chad was awesome.
He's iconic.
I didn't see him go.
Do you know what he's up to now?
No, I don't know anything about him. No.
OnlyFans.
He's hardcore doing porn.
Like a top creator on OnlyFans. He's getting that coin.
Now what? So I just went to dinner with this girl who has an OnlyFans account, and
Shit!
Yes.
Yeah, and so she was telling me about how it works. I guess you can make good money off of that.
Yeah.
Huge money. Yeah.
He said he's making like, I think 40K a month or something. Like
huge
crazy.
money.
She was making 50K a month, so that now I know she was telling the truth. At first, I was like, "There's no way this girl's making 50K a month." But
is she doing like full like nude stuff?
Well, I haven't figured out the website yet or gone and looked at it. But one of her like little girlfriends, she was showing me. I guess she's on there, and she was showing me some of the videos on there, and they're hardcore.
Yeah,
that's wild.
These girls are getting down.
So Chad went to Jordan and JoJo's house and filmed a porn out outside, like in his truck.
Now Jordan's the one that JoJo picked, right?
Yeah. He's like going full savage mode during quarantine, so that's funny.
He so cool with them, right?
No,
it was like it was
like a revenge fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
it's
pretty funny.
He did all the reality shows though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he was on Bachelor in Paris, but he got kicked off of that.
He was on like Celebrity.
Oh, he was with Trisha. That's how he. Yeah, he was Celebrity Big Brother in the UK.
Yeah, I could see myself going on like Big Brother or something. You know, I think
you should do it.
Yeah.
Whatever reality, whatever I bring to the table is going to be awesome content. That's what MTV liked about me to begin with. Is just every scene I would just crush it. It would just be awesome, and they love that.
So yeah, speaking of the scenes that you crushed, you and Chloe had quite a few showdowns. What do you think of Chloe, and where do you guys stand today?
I think she's despicable. I think I think she's disgusting, and I've known her longer than I've known besides Alex any of those cast members. I've known her since she was real younger. Like we're talking like over 10 years. We partied together. We were really good friends. And I could see she was a lot more normal at that point, and I could see that there was like a little bit of a screw loose, but I didn't think it was gonna turn out to be what it was. But she's out to lunch. I'm telling you.
But do you think she plays her character? Does she?
I think she plays her character, but then again, I think that is her character. I think she's being herself. I think she might step it up a little bit more for the cameras, but she's being herself for the most part, and that's a horrible human being.
Yeah, just naturally annoying.
Not a good person. She's the type of person, if you see her walking down the street, you turn around and walk the other way. As fast as you can, so.
Do any of her friends actually like her? Like obviously Madison moved out. Like does anyone actually like her as a friend?
She's been through more best friends than I could write on Santa Claus's Christmas list. I'm telling you that right now. She's had more best friends that she's had that they ended on bad terms. And I saw her ex-boyfriend at the bar the other night, and the things he's saying, I won't go into all of it, but he was just basically telling me, he's like, right now, I'm sleeping on my friend's couch. I move into my new place tomorrow. I had to get away from her. It's been a nightmare. It's been.
Oh my God.
And I told him, I said, listen, I wish I could say I was surprised, but she's a monster. She really is. She's the worst person I think that I've ever met.
Ooh, that's strong.
That's a bold statement, but we're here for it.
So what was your favorite? We'll end it with, what was your favorite moment on the show?
God, there were so many different moments. I know, like when we first walked into that place, and I know I keep going back to Bimini, but I loved Bimini so much. When we first walked in and the whole big dinner thing, I know it's, that was so natural, and it was just something, and it was just awesome. But one of the things that happened off cameras is like we'd be in the house and Chloe would be trying to sleep, and me and BG would be up, me and Brandon would be up like at 2 o'clock in the morning smoking weed and like freestyling back and forth, playing music, just having a good time. We're in the Bahamas, and she would come down and she'd be like, I can't sleep. Like all the other casts are in their beds sleeping, knocked out, and she'd keep coming downstairs, I can't sleep, like making a big ruckus. And so we were like, let's really turn it up on her. So we ended up playing like little pranks on her, and then finally she went to the producers and said, I want my own hotel room or I'm leaving. So they got her own hotel room, which was awesome. We finally got her her ass out of the house. So, which you don't see on the show, but it's
that would have been a great like deep cut.
Yeah.
Would have been here for that.
So the overall message is, Chloe, take a seat. Take a seat.
Take a seat. No, the overall message is, Chloe, go away. You know? Go away and don't ever come back. Like, you know.
I have two more quick ones that can be like rapid fire round. Who's a better rapper, you or Brandon?
Well, you know what? I've been doing it for longer than Brandon has. I've been at it. So I think right now he's in his mode where he's more dedicated to it. Like, he's in the studio every single day, like where I used to be like that when I was around his age. I'm 29 years old now. So, I think that when it comes to who's more dedicated right now, it's definitely him. When it comes to who's a better rapper, he's great at freestyling, but I think that my bars are just, I think that I come with metaphors and similes and stuff like that. I took my inspiration from like the Lil Waynes and the Pimp C's and, stuff like that. So, I mean.
So you're a more seasoned rapper.
I'm definitely more seasoned than Brandon, for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, last one. I feel like I know what you're going to answer, but I hope I'm right. Fuck, marry, kill, Juliet, Kelsey, Chloe.
Well, obviously kill Chloe.
Shocker.
I'd probably fuck Juliet, and then I'd probably marry Kelsey just because that's the only option left. But Kelsey, I've never really had a problem with. She's always been nice to me. I've always been nice to her, and I could, if I had to marry one out of those three, I would definitely be her.
She's the chillest, I think.
She is.
Well, what's next for you, Big Pauly Paul? What can we expect to see from you? Any plugs you want to do on our show?
I mean, just, follow me at Pauly Paul on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm a new guy, Pauly Paul, and just look out. There's going to be some new music dropping in a couple days. It was supposed to already drop, but I've just been, out of it. So, and hopefully, we have an idea that we want to start, like maybe something like almost like a keeping up with the Kardashians, almost like a keeping up with the Compos. Something like a family.
I'm here for that.
I would love that.
A family-oriented show where, we don't have all these outside influences, like trying to like really cause like some detrimental drama that, like that's what Juliet and unfortunately Chloe they're trying to do. They're trying to cause like serious harm. Which if we did that to them, they wouldn't like it very much. I know Chloe's mom hits me up on Instagram all the time, like, I can't believe you're doing this to my daughter. I was like, if anything, you should be trying to get your daughter into some type of psychiatric treatment because you should be ashamed of how your daughter acts. She wasn't raised the right way, Mrs. Trotman, but I do love Mrs. Trotman.
Clap back.
So that's what goes down in Pauly's DM.
Yeah, we go back and forth at it,
That was some good tea.
We love that. That's hilarious. Well, thank you so much for coming out. We love talking to you. So fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad I could talk to you guys as well, and I hope that everybody enjoys this interview. So.
Hell yeah. Thanks. Cheers to 29. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye.